Hello, everybody. You'll notice that I'm floating on a beach in space. Yeah, ooh. I have a green screen. It's not very good, but I mean, you can tell by it if you look where my thumbs are. The lighting is probably the bit that's making everything not seem so amazing. But nonetheless, it's pretty decent, especially when you move to a smaller kind of location like this. It's quite easy. You don't see the green tint as much, whereas full screen, you obviously see the green tint around my face. Ooh, green. Anyway, this is kind of an update because it's that time of the week again where it's vlog week, vlog day, day vlog, whatever. What is going on? Well, in the past week, I have been to the hospital for my first appointment with the bariatric stuff. It's very interesting and informative. Met a few people that are on the same sort of course that I'm on. Very enjoyable, and yet it was quite exhausting because obviously the amount of stuff that they talk to you about and all this sort of stuff, you have to kind of absorb all the information you can, take it away with you, and try and make some form of change to your life, to what you're doing. So I'm trying to implement these sort of things. Going alright so far. Mostly food changes and just trying to make sure that what I'm eating is healthier than it would normally be. That's kind of the deal, really. About other than that, really, everything else has been quite quiet. It's been a slow weekend, enjoyable to watch all the sport and stuff, but not really much happening in general. And I had another PT session yesterday, and that went very well. Nice long walk, as you do. And that's really it about the history about last week, the week from this time to the last time I did a vlog. Not much has really happened apart from my hospital appointment, and there's not much really to talk about there, other than, it went well, and I'm looking forward to the next one, which is going to happen in like 3 weeks' time, 3.5 weeks' time, or something like that. So, as about stuff that's going on in the future, well, I keep saying that I'm going to be streaming at some point, and I will. I want to stream. I have this set up to make it easier to stream and to be more enjoyable in terms of the green screen and such. But I have to find time to do it, because a lot of the time I come and sit down at the computer, I've been at work beforehand, or I can get interrupted at pretty much any point in time because obviously the people that are around me like to visit, and also my mother, who I live with at the moment, obviously lives here, so it's very difficult to do stuff with a green screen, especially because obviously it needs to be set up and taken down depending on who is going to be around. So now that I've got this green screen set up and I know how to set it up very quickly and put it down very quickly, I can maybe set some kind of schedule in which I am going to want to, do some streaming. And that is the goal that I have at the moment, is to set aside some time. I'm thinking probably Thursday evening at some point, because I know on a Thursday evening there is not going to be anyone other than me in the house for 2 to 3 hours at least. So I know that if I make sure that I'm focused about what I want to do and not mess around with setting up and stuff, I think it'll be a lot easier. I also think that this green screen will work a lot better. You can see the little kind of pixelation stuff that's happening when it's dark and I use the artificial lights, I'm using an artificial light at the moment, and so when it gets dark it should become a lot better to manage, so we'll go with that. But I want to stream. I'd like to stream at some point, make some form of schedule, maybe once a week, and if it's good, if I enjoy it more than I have done before, because you have to kind of enjoy streaming to a certain extent for you to carry on streaming. And from the times that I've streamed before, most of it was enjoyable, but it is actually quite stressful because you've got all this technology around you to try and get you online to stream, and then you have to sort out the game stuff and the camera stuff and all that sort of stuff. It's not exactly the most kind of set up and go, set up and just do it, press a button and do it. It is a bit more hands-on than that, which is what some people don't realise. So I want to make sure that I've got all the setup correct in the way that I stream, for instance. I'm still in two minds about whether I want to use OBS, which is what I use for these recordings and for previous streams, or XSplit, which I have the opportunity to use because I do own a license for XSplit, so I can use XSplit if I wanted to. The problem with that is that I think resources wise XSplit uses a lot more than OBS does, but the quality you get from XSplit is probably a lot more than you would from OBS. So it's really a matter of kind of fine tuning, making sure that I get everything right. Maybe that the chroma key works better in XSplit. I'll try it out later on and we'll see how it goes. And get rid of that bloody green. There we go, it's gone. And it is, if you don't know what the green screen and chroma shit is, I will literally show you what that's all about. Because what I'll do is I'll put a let me just capture my window. I can't do that. I'll capture my monitor instead. That'll be better, won't it? Which monitor is it going to show? No, that's the wrong monitor. That's my Twitter monitor. Whoa, crazy. So, forgive the crazy thing, the crazy middle thing here. Let's just put my camera up so you can actually see my face. Oh, crazy. Let me just edit that. Just shorten it in size so it doesn't look so crazy. Change the resolution. Whoa, crazy, crazy. Whoa. Well, that's just fucking mad. Anyway, let me explain to you how chroma key works. So this is what it looks like without chroma key. Obviously, I haven't got everything sorted because you can see this kind of bar thing here, which is where the green screen ends. But you can see the chroma screen here. Chroma key, this is where it all works. Basically, you use chroma key, you set a colour, so you choose what the colour is, and it literally just cancels it out. So technically I can make myself look really fucked up here. Just give me a second. By putting the similarity the same, I can become quite headless, which is really strange. Ugh, my eyeballs go at a certain point because obviously it's all about the colour that you're using, basically. I'll probably fuck the colours up now, but it doesn't really matter. Well, this is how chroma key works. It literally, you select a colour and it just takes the colour from the source, as it were. That way you can, if I choose it, but the more you mess around with it, the more you can figure out how it's supposed to work and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, so obviously I'll have to reset that up properly later on, but it gives you an idea of what the hell's going on. So let's just get rid of that. Let's put this back up. Hey, crazy. It's not too bad. It's might be a little bit too big there, but it's not awful. It's not awful at all. So there it is. That it is very simple. If you can get yourself a stand and get yourself a green screen, a decent green screen, but the one I've got is not very decent. You want to spend quite a bit of money on a proper green screen, maybe even iron it. I think ironing will help. And then you need to get your lighting sorted as well. I mean, in the evening you probably find it's a lot better because you'll have your lights on in your house and there'll be a constant colour, as it were, constant. So, the source is always constant, it's consistent. Whereas with sunlight, for instance, when it comes through the curtains, it changes in its the way it comes through in its strength and such. So it obviously messes with things. So sometimes, like this for instance, everything's perfect, but as soon as the light changes outside from the curtains, it just changes the light a little bit on the back of the green screen. It changes. So it's all about getting the right setup. Anyway, I've gone on way too long about this green screen stuff. I can't really recommend anything at the moment because this is the first green screen setup that I've ever had, and I don't know if it's any good, really. You can judge for yourself, really, by what you're seeing. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and there'll be another vlog next week. This time next week, please tune in for that. It should be good, and hopefully I'll have more of an update than stuff happened and it was good. Maybe. If you are interested in watching me stream, then the link is in the description as normal. There hasn't been a stream for a couple of weeks now, and I really do need to get on there and have a go with something, do something, because I asked you to come and follow me on the Twitchios, and I don't actually do anything, so I need to do something. So that's what my plan is, really. That's what I'm looking forward to the most at the moment, is to get some streaming done. Other than that, we'll see you next week. So, bicycle.